I'm here with Olivia, and Olivia and I decided to start doing blogging in a different way. And we thought she's here with me for the inquiry method training that we're doing this weekend, which we're really excited about. And we've been talking about how to do blogs that are more accessible or available in a way. And because we have such good rapport, I thought it would be fun to start doing a video blog, and probably come out on the podcast, and then we may have a transcription. So it's just another way to be able to touch this, and a lot of the value and what we get out of these things is really in dialogue, and that's more and more I'm learning, like, inquiry method and doing this process is done in connection. And so we thought it'd be valuable to do this in connection. And Olivia kind of represents all of you out there too. So like, you can send her questions that you'd like answered on the vlog, and she can represent you. And she's such an amazing student of growth and development. And so I thought it'd be really fun to have this conversation. So here's Olivia.
Hi everybody. So we thought that we would start this week talking about worth. Kyle, in our members calls, has talked to us a little bit about his concept of Inworthy. And so I was gonna start by having him explain that a little bit, and then I have some personal questions about worth that have been coming up in my life, so I thought I would ask him about those and kind of see where it leads.
It feels amazing.
Okay.
All right.
So in the members call, you were talking to us about the concept of Inworthy and how you've kind of coined that term, and I just was hoping that you would share that with everybody who's watching right now.
Yeah, great. So I realized that we needed to have a different conversation around worth, because when we talk about the levels of consciousness, what we see is that this worthiness, which means, is it all right for me to receive? Is it all right for me to be in connection? Is it all right for me to belong? Is one of the biggest questions that we have. And then the problem is people are trying to solve it in a different way. They're confusing it with what I call self-esteem. Self-esteem is being proud of doing something or getting rewarded for doing something. And you can't get enough of that to make you feel worthy. And we see that all over the place, right? All these people that have to do more and have more and be more to feel worthy, when that's just bonus on top of it. So worthiness is like our human birthright. Just the fact that you're here on the planet means you're worthy. You're worthy of love, you're worthy of attention, you're worthy of care, you're worthy to receive love. Like, none of those things are things that can be earned. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And when we try to earn them, they don't nourish us in the way that we really need to be nourished. So a lot of it just has to do with our capacity to receive from other or receive from life. The best practice around that is gratitude or acknowledgement, or that's why gratitude practices become such a big thing, is because when we're really grateful, it has this quality of worthiness and receiving the thing. When we talk about worthy, using the word "am I worthy," it already sets up the conditions for not being worthy. So on one hand, there's like, I'm worthy. On the other hand, there's not worthy. Where am I in the spectrum? So I'm always trying, when I'm in that discussion or in that view, I'm always trying to find where I am on the scale. And so that's why I like to elevate the understanding, and I say inworthy. Because, like, valuable, we could say, how valuable is a thing, right? And we can put a price on it. For things that we can't put a price on, we say invaluable, which at the same time means precious, and at the same time means I can't put a precious, and I can't put a price on it. And so we're all inworthy, meaning our worthiness is priceless and extraordinary. So when we get that view, when we start to understand that, it really changes our relationship with life and relationship and receptivity. It's one of the big challenges I see in relationship a lot, is like the limits to it. It sounds silly, but when we run into our limit to receive because we don't feel like we're worthy of it, and then we shut down what the other person or the community is offering because I feel like I have to be worthy of it to receive it, and it just really blocks the flow of energy and care and love in connection.
That's like the upper limits that we were talking about last week, right?
That's right.
So that idea that we hit a level of happiness that we're uncomfortable with, or a level of joy or abundance, and then we almost have to like reset ourselves and come back to our normal, right?
That's right. And in connection, the limit has to do with whether if I have to be worthy of it, which actually makes sense because like a lot of times we're in relationship, we're giving to get. So if you're making a contract with me, right, around, well, I'm going to give you more than you're worthy of, so now you owe me. So if I'm going to look for you owing me, because if I don't view you as unworthy, then my gifts to you come with a price. That I'm showing up for you or putting love on you or those kind of things comes with a price. Then you may not want to incur that debt, right? So I want to retreat so that I'm not getting more than other people perceive I'm worth, because otherwise I'm going to owe it to them.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I was having this, what my process has kind of been this week is remembering back to kind of my earliest memories and realizing that I used to have that innate worth. I didn't used to think about if I deserved something or I was good enough or I was pretty enough or nice enough. I felt all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And now in my life today, I'm really realizing somewhere along the way I lost that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been really almost like trying it on, realizing like, wow, like I am up until now, right? That's the language you have us use.
Right.
Up until now, I really haven't felt worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess my big question to you would be, how do we start to rekindle or recalibrate ourselves to inworthiness?
Yeah, so just, you can see that in there. Up until now, I haven't felt worthy. But as soon as I feel worthy, then somebody else owes it to me. Or I'm just getting my just desserts or that kind of stuff. So then the ego grabs onto it, and then I can get upset with the other person for not showing up for how worthy I am, right? So that's why there's a problem in that, in even having that scale. Is like, and that's why gratitude is so much more kind of the way of expressing it or receiving something is like if we're hanging out and you say, hey Kyle, it feels so good to be here, and like I really appreciate the attention you put on me, or I appreciate being in your house, something like that. That everything you've received from that is now, it completes the loop because you've just acknowledged the impact on you without having to. It's not like, and now I have to give you a housewarming gift, or now I have to do something extra from you. It's actually just the receptivity and the acknowledgement is enough, because it's not economic.
That makes sense. So when we're by ourselves and we're making, how do we bring that inworthiness in when it's not just in relationship?
Mm-hmm.
So when there's nobody else in the room, how do I bring that back to myself? Is it still with gratitude?
Yeah, it would be gratitudes. I mean, you can do gratitudes with yourself. Look what a beautiful life you've created, or look at what you've brought into your life, or look at what's around me, or like we were talking about the houseplants over here the other day, and you said, oh, I love your plants, and that's just you're expressing gratitude about the environment you're in or what you're receiving, and it just lands. It's not for me even. It's like when you say, wow, I love your plants, you're putting your appreciation on what's here for you, really.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
That's great.
Yay. Well, thank you.
This feels good.
Yeah.
We'd really like to have your comments. We're going to be doing this more and playing, and feel free to email or contact us with your questions. And it's just really fun being here with Olivia, And I just love how she puts attention on the philosophy and on our work here together.
So if you have any questions or anything comes up, we would love to dialogue on it. So email us at info@inquirymethod.com. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.